Hello, welcome to your latest week ahead forecast from the Met Office. So the Easter weekend was quite changeable for many of us. There were some drier interludes, but that theme does continue as we head through much of this week. The area of low pressure and the weather front that we saw through much of Easter Monday pushes away towards the northeast as we head through Monday night and into the start of Tuesday, bringing a very brief ridge of high pressure, so settling everything down quite nicely as we go into the start of Tuesday. However, low pressure waiting in the wings out towards the west, so that brings some rain later. But it does mean for most of us, Tuesday starts dry, bright, plenty of blue skies on offer, although still the legacy of that cloud, some outbreaks of rain across the very far northeast. Where we do catch the sunshine, likely to see some showers bubbling up through the afternoon, and then all eyes out towards the west as we see that weather front arriving, bringing some perhaps quite heavy rainfall to western parts of Northern Ireland through Tuesday afternoon. With those brisk southerly winds, going to be feeling just a little bit cooler across parts of Northern Ireland, but elsewhere where we do catch the sunshine, highs in the southeast of 17, 18, perhaps even 19 degrees, so feeling pleasant where you do see that sunshine. As we then go through Tuesday evening into the start of Wednesday, that area of low pressure that arrives across parts of Northern Ireland through the afternoon slowly slips its way south and eastwards into the start of Wednesday. So mainly affecting the southern half of the country, parts of Northern Ireland, Wales, parts of England. The very far north generally getting away with some drier conditions. However, we do still have that weather front across the very far northeast. So there will still be some cloud, some outbreaks of rain across parts of Shetland and Orkney here. And that weather front across Northern Ireland continues to slip its way southwards. It does kind of break up, turning generally a bit more showery as we go through the afternoon, but it will be northern parts of England, parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland that see the best of the sunshine through Wednesday afternoon. However, we will see some showers bubbling up, and for Scotland these could perhaps be a little heavier than what we saw on Tuesday. Generally turning drier for much of England and Wales through the afternoon, and temperatures will be down a touch due to that cloud. So highs here of 15, 16, perhaps 17 degrees, but we could even see 14 or 15 across parts of Scotland through the afternoon. So then as we head through Wednesday evening, that weather system eventually clears away towards the continent. A very brief ridge, so turning a little more settled overnight, but the next system waiting in the wings through into the start of Thursday. And that weather front across the very far north does just sink south and westwards into the start of Thursday. So generally staying quite cloudy across the very far north of Scotland with an easterly wind as well. That does mean quite a bit of low cloud, sea fret and har, just pushing on shore across North Sea coastal regions. That weather front then waiting in the wings across parts of Northern Ireland, pushing its way north and eastwards through the afternoon, so turning cloudier here, some wet and windy conditions likely, and particularly across parts of Wales and southwest England too. Western parts of Scotland, central northern parts of England and the southeast of England holding on to the best of any sunshine. We could see one or two showers, but generally staying dry for most places here. And temperatures 17, 18, perhaps 19 degrees across the southeast. So feeling pleasant where you do catch that sunshine, but just feeling that little bit cooler along North Sea coastal regions where you do catch that onshore breeze. So then Thursday night into the start of Friday, that weather front continues to progress its way eastwards across the country. It does move quite slowly as it bumps into high pressure across parts of Scandinavia, but it is likely to bring quite a damp start for many of us on Friday morning, particularly across parts of Northern Ireland, maybe even across parts of Wales, southwest England too, and then eventually into parts of western Scotland through the morning. We'll see those outbreaks of rain continue to push their way north and eastwards. The further east you are, generally a drier and brighter start to the morning, perhaps still a bit of low cloud, just lingering across North Sea coast for a time, but the best of any sunshine definitely across southern and eastern parts of England. And again, temperatures here 17, 18, perhaps 19 degrees, but further west, where we hold on to that cloud, it's definitely going to be feeling a bit cooler. Perhaps some outbreaks of quite heavy rain likely across parts of Northern Ireland, so definitely a watch point here. As we then go through Friday evening and into the start of Saturday, that weather front continues to push its way eastwards, but again bumping into that area of high pressure, so it is quite slow moving. But then there are hints that we'll see high pressure building from the southwest as we go over the weekend. It could be quite slow to push its way northwards across the UK, and there are still weather fronts around, so definitely a watch point, but it does look like things are settling down as we head through next weekend and into the start of the following week. But you can find out more about that by hitting subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a weather update. Bye for now.